Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful upper Lake Taneycomo. It is the 18th Friday of February and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. It's about a little after 4 in the afternoon. They were supposed to leave the water off after noon today for the rest of the day, but they are definitely cranking 4 units again. And so I've just got 2 rods with me here. They're both rigged up with jig baits to drag. And we're gonna give it a go. We're starting right across from Trout Hollow Lodge, from the bottom side of Trout Hollow. And I have the Signature Series Rainbow 639 series on 4-pound line, about 2.5 feet, to an 1/8 ounce bell sinker attached to a snap swivel that is sliding up and down the line. Oh. And we just got the Garmin installed on this boat, and I'm still trying to figure everything out here. I couldn't get the foot pedal to sync up, so I'm gonna have to read about that. So you're gonna hear a bunch of noises coming from the remote. I'm also gonna have to read on how to turn down that beeping volume. This morning was a really chilly start. It was like less than 14 degrees down here this morning. But it has turned into a pretty nice day. It's about 48 or 50 degrees now. Oh, that was a bite. There's quite a bit of boat traffic out here today. Sent some boats out today. I unfortunately haven't got to talk to anybody about how they did. And that was definitely some moss on the bottom, so no fish on the first cast. I'm gonna scoot the boat a little bit tighter into this line over here. So down from Trout Hollow, starting right kind of at the top of their dock. Oh, what button did I press now? I'm not used to the Garmin remote. I'm used to using the foot pedal. So, but about starting at the top of their dock, except over here on the north bank, that water eddies like all the way down to this corner. And if you can get whatever you're dragging, it doesn't have to be a jerkbait necessarily, but if you can get whatever you're dragging kind of right there over the edge of the seam, keep your boat over here in the faster water, cast a little bit of an angle, and then let it kind of drag and slowly swing in that seam. Usually there's fish kind of setting in that seam. I assume that this additional pump of water today has something to do with water level. I haven't looked too hard into that. There's quite a bit of debris in the water still. The creeks are still pushing out. They've came down quite a bit, but there's still quite a bit of junk in the water. Drifting this spot kind of takes some constant adjustment, because if you're too close to that eddy, it'll suck you in, just like what happened to me just now. Let's say for the last 2 minutes or so, I have not gotten a very good feel on the bottom, so I'm going to reel that back in and just make sure that I do not have moss, which at this point I'm almost certain I do. Yeah. You want to make sure that not only you take it off the jerkbait, but that you take it off your weight, because that weight needs to kind of free flow and bounce, and I'm gonna have a hard time doing that with that moss clogging up the swivels there. Oh. Okay. So yeah, if you haven't felt the bottom, it's been 2 minutes since you casted, you should definitely reel back in and see what's going on there. It's not too ideal to be out here shortly after they started the water, because that's whenever the most stuff is going to be kicked up. But that's the time frame we're working with today, so. Now I'm getting a feel on the bottom. Much different conditions than yesterday. I know that beeping is probably loud on the microphone here. That heron over there just caught a fish. Maybe I should be fishing over there. Oh, oh. It almost felt like a bite. Oh yeah, I made it around the bend. The dock's just a few hundred yards away now. And I'm gonna position myself kind of back over here, closer to the north bank. There's some trees that are down on this bank, and I kind of want to be a little closer to them. No moss that time. And even though I only get one drift to try this today, it's probably not the only drift I would try if I was out here fishing it. We got some other model sizes. Sometimes the bigger size works a little bit better with the 4 units running. And obviously I would try a few of the different colors. And you know, this is usually the side that I like to drift, but I have drifted that bluff over there before and done well, so I might even try doing it in a few different spots down through here and just see if the fish are accumulated in another area. Once you get around that bend, this water speed picks up, getting a harder bump on the bottom here. Getting ready to go past the octagon-shaped pump house over here. Sounds like the guy's anchored off over there. Looks like they may have just missed a fish. I always try to keep my line drifting straight out from the end of the rod tip. Anytime it gets too sideways, it messes up the drift of that jerk bait. Ow. Probably just broke the jerk bait off. Yep. Clean the whole rig off. Well, I've got a Sculpin 639 Signature Series here, and we'll give it a try until we get down past the dock. If you're wanting to hunt a brown trout, this is not a bad method to use. This lower end of the lake, when the water's running fast enough, I believe that there's a good number of browns that live farther down this way. And I've caught a lot of them dragging these jerk baits down here when the water's moving fast enough. There's a fish. He wants to jump. Don't jump. If you ever want to keep a fish from jumping, you can stick your rod tip way down. And sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes it'll kind of push them back down and keep them from doing that. Oh, sometimes going for the net is a mistake. It wasn't a brown, it was a rainbow, but it was a nice rainbow. Darn it. We are just now coming past the dock. I'll try to give it one more swing here. It's probably a 18 to 20 inch rainbow there. Decided he liked that Sculpin flavor. Once our rainbows get big enough here, I do believe they really start targeting those Sculpin fish down on the bottom. Dang it. And if you can see on the camera, we were just right in front of the dock. And every spring, when the floodwaters are running, I drift these jerk baits even down in front of our dock and all the way down to... Ooh, that was a solid touch. Whoa. So they put a turbo button on these remotes, and it is right next to the prop button, and it sends the trolling motor at absolute full speed. it's getting late and I've got a meeting to make. So I guess we're gonna have to end it with missed fish today. But we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we will be back out here to do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.